These are my top 10 goalkeepers in FIFA 22. What's happening, beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. The setup might look different. Microphone might sound different. We're currently in Los Angeles, but we are flying back to New York ASAP. ASAP. Just give me a hashtag organics. Maybe I should tell a story. Because I went wandering in the fridge and I found some chocolate bars, and there was more than chocolate in those chocolate bars, if you get my drift. Today, we're looking at goalkeepers' most subjective position ever. That is the only disclaimer. This is completely opinionated without necessarily having the same credibility in terms of measurables with statistics. Did they perform in a weekend league? If you could, in the comments. Favorite players you've used this year. Also, let me know how you feel with goalkeepers. I want to put together a video really discussing guys that I've enjoyed using, that I gravitate towards, that are expressive, and it's not necessarily about being the best, but just that upper echelon, that top tier for enjoyment purposes, and alike for the organics. Let's get started. Criteria: must be a goalkeeper. I'm not looking at icons in this video, and this is performance based. I'm looking at output, not price points, not rating, not who's overpowered, who's underrated. I don't care. This is only about results. That's the business. It's been a minute since I brought back the honorable mentions. Well, today is going to be one of those cases. I like Mendy from the Premier League. Big body, great. From the Premier League. Big body, a lot of structure, takes up space. I think many of you will have him in your top 10. I got Mike and I got Hugo Lloris as well in that corporation or that collective. Those are my honorable mentions. Let's get started. Casper, Schmeichel. We're not talking about the ghost, and we're not talking about being friendly. And when I think about Casper Schmeichel over the years, one word: consistency. I'm not saying that he's gonna jump off the cliff and make the miraculous. He's not a miracle worker. But you want reliability, you want someone you can trust, you could invest with Casper Schmeichel. I've always felt that he's underrated, underappreciated, not on the radar, overlooked, especially in the Premier League. His links might not be the sexiest, but if you're using center backs that are in the Prem, this isn't that difficult to bring together. You got some icons or even the new heroes. And remember, not based around chemistry, just based around ability. Handanovic might be a surprise because typically I follow suit. I call a spade, a heart a heart, and I backdoor and build up goalkeepers that give me consistent output. That will be something that I keep on repeat and I reiterate. But with Handanovic, he's a bit of an extremist, both when he's performing at the highest level and also when he's falling apart, when he looks lackluster, when he's under-delivering. He is not getting a 5-star Uber rating. Not at Lyft, not the Uber Eats, the Deliveroo, the Grubhub, the Postmates. Not so much. But I've used enough Serie A goalkeepers and Serie A defenders where I like Handanovic. He leads them to the FIFA promised land, and the results, frankly, have been good. Overall, rank 1, it's happening on repeat. So we're giving Handanovic the love. But I understand if you disagree. Oblak, high rated, not necessarily in tons of rotations. And where I feel Oblak is on that spectacular, we're not talking about Christmas. That is a reference towards the Christmas Spectacular, which deals with the Rockettes, which is a show in New York City at Radio City Music Hall, which might be way too specific of a reference for anything that's happening in this video at the moment, but that's just how my mind works. And we already hashtagged organics. We're gonna re-up on that. A double dosage. Oblak is brilliant when it comes to guarding the line, offsetting the opposition, not hesitating, anticipating, makes a lot of key saves, covers the near post, covers the far post. I haven't always seen eye to eye when it comes to some of the aerial pursuit or the corner kicks and the set pieces, but overall, a goalkeeper that deserves the recognition and some applause. So that's what we're giving him. Shake my hand. That was a weird handshake. Next up, and we have 2 goalkeepers, and I'm not mad if you interchange. We have the battle of the Brazilians, or pick a Brazilian between Alisson and Ederson. Whether you want the neck tattoo, you want the beard, you want the lumberjack appearance, I just feel that they are completely interchangeable and intertwined, almost identical links unless you're changing up something along the lines of the club, and I like them both, clearly. That's why they're here. I'm seeing 2020. Eyesight been on point. They call me the hawk or the owl. I'm not even sure if either of them see that well, but they look like they should, and they got fast twitch muscles. That neck game is strong, like a pigeon that's very self-aware or nervous. A nervous pigeon. It's on a swivel. I'm telling you, I don't think other YouTube channels talk about FIFA how we do here at Dirty Mike Incorporated. Can I get that stamp of approval? Jose, I hope that you put a stamp on screen. It's been a minute. I don't know if we've ran that animation or that graphic for FIFA 22 just yet. Castels, might be a surprise. 6'6", large and in charge. Big body, big structure. They call this man the tank or the orangutan. The big body bends. Stretched Armstrong. I'm not sure if any of these are actually true, but this has been his year. And I don't know if you classify him as overpowered because he's still an 86 overall. I guess it's how you define that word. Is overpowered going above your expectation? Is that how you define overpowered? Is it performing above a rating? Does it deal with price point? Is it based only on return of investment? I have questions, you have answers, I also have answers and opinions. It's always been a word that we've used in the FIFA community, and some players is very clear cut, but once you get into higher rated or more expensive players, can this word association still be attached is the question mark. But the point that I'm making is that he's kind of a traditionalist where he has this massive frame. Serious framework. He's giving you FiOS in the entire apartment complex, and you're able to maximize it. And this year it's performing better than before. Maybe I just like the Bundesliga. There's a lot of players that I'm using on the defensive side of things, which makes this link up relevant, prevalent, easy going, easy coming. We're sending and we're receiving. Ter Stegen. And I'm going with the baseline. I know he just got a promo or an upgrade recently. I would not recommend paying for any of those upgrades. If you pack a promo, if you got someone untradeable, if it's an inform, I understand. You got a red player pick, we're on the same page. But I just don't feel it's a good investment, generally speaking, the majority of the time where you're spending for those upgrades. I like Ter Stegen's gold as is. I believe in him. Toss a coin to your German. That's a Witcher reference. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, highly regarded. Start with the in-person show and then move into the anime. Season 2, I think, is currently being filmed. You're gonna enjoy what it has to offer if you like the fantasy genre or if you got a little nerd in you. I'm just giving Witcher reviews and I'm talking at a wall. Or I can talk to this wall too. There's nobody else in this room. I should just throw that out there. Donnarumma. Did you see what I did there? I might have forced that a little too cliche. This is a barbarian amongst many other goalkeepers, the absolute warrior. He would be in 300, penalty kick stopper, real life, also virtually. Maybe the most important trait he has is confidence. I just feel it. It's oozing when I'm playing with him or taking risks with the back line. I know Donnarumma has us covered. We're gonna be in safe hands, safely regarded. He's got mittens, gloves. He's like a bear with cheetah speed and the NBA basketball prototype frame. I don't know where I was going, but this Italian is a no-brainer. And if you're going Ligue 1 or you have a way to link them up, bringing them back to the Serie A, I don't think you're going to be upset with your choice. Clearly, number 3 for me, I'm co-signing as far as a man can co-sign. And with meta and Ligue 1 this year, especially on the attack, just look at PSG on PSG on PSG. Unbelievable. Neymar, Messi, Mbappe. Rank those 3 in order. Controversial, but I think it might go Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. Agree? Disagree? I'm just stirring the pot a little bit. Courtois! I don't like having him this high. Never have. It's not been a goalkeeper I've co-signed, but times have changed. He's elevated. He's supercharged. I do not like going up against him. Maybe that should be in the criteria. Some of these goalkeepers that I have in my list, not only have I used, but of course I've gone up against them, and I've noticed the challenge of trying to break them down, trying to beat them with finesse shots or inside the box, reaction saves, headers down, headers up, corner, bottom, top, corner, upper 90, low and precise. And it's not happening in the way that I wish that it would happen. But if I'm going to throw some shade, I got to throw some compliments. And Courtois this year is a no-brainer. Not only for the link-up play, not only for the chemistry, not only for that body type, but the guy's kind of a monster. He's a goalkeeper you don't want a confrontation with. He's a problem solver, not a problem maker. Unless you're trying to score and then you might not have a solution. I'll just leave that here. And for yours truly, Manuel Neuer. I can make an easy argument that he is the goalkeeper of my lifetime in terms of what he's actually accomplished on the football pitch versus the FIFA pitch, but I'm happy that he's back in full effect. I've used him the past 3 or 4 weeks. He's been a reoccurring member of the starting 11, and I rate him. Sweeper keeper, as always, the confidence, he's comfy. He can facilitate out of the back, gets off his line quickly, makes the big saves, makes the basic saves, makes the unexpected saves. And did I mention that this list is going to be so subjective? You might hate Neuer when you're watching this video, and I'm not talking about going up against him. When he's on your team, you might have absolute no cosign. No hugs, no kisses, no price point that's worth purchasing. And that's what makes this position so difficult compared to when I go through any other role or characteristic or trait Traditional positions, out of the ordinary, extraordinary. There's still some line of structure, but goalkeepers, it just comes down to, do you feel it? Was it a good relationship builder for you? Team building? Or did he concede in the 90th or the 120th? Let a penalty kick slip under him. You guessed the right way, but it wasn't a stop. There was no extra stoppage. You see where I'm going. I look forward to the comments. Let me know what you think, and also your favorite players. High key appreciated. I'll be back in New York shortly, and then to Thanksgiving, I'm going to see my family for like a day, and then to New York again. So we're moving and grooving at the end of the year. I appreciate you, and we upload daily.